All right. Good morning.
Good
Happy
morning.
October. Happy Q4, even though it's felt like Q4 for a whole month. Good morning, Insiders. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for tuning in or watching this replay. I am super excited about this training today, but I wanted to take just 2 seconds to talk about this month. We're calling this an October of Opportunity. I joke that September was Q4 because the opportunities are already going bananas and we have so much going on. We have new clients, we have sponsored content, we have product reviews, we have all kinds of stuff. And so this month, we're doing an October of Opportunity. Make sure you are signed up for our newsletter at apogeeinsiders.com. I'm going to have one going out today with some things to sign up for, and make sure that in this group that you have your notifications turned on, because my amazing managers are constantly going to be updating with all of the things that we have going on. I think we're up to like 30 clients now, and I think everybody wants to do stuff. So it's going to be crazy, but we're so excited. But today we are going to be, and this is the perfect lead into that, because today we're going to be talking about how to use PLR, which I'll let you guys, Gina and Michelle, talk about what it is specifically, but how to use that to maximize your time and efficiency, especially during Q4. It gets so crazy. There's so much being thrown at you with opportunities and stuff. And I'm so excited to be one of those people that gets to throw those things at you. But these ladies, my dear friends and colleagues, are going to teach us how to maximize that time. So ladies, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and just take it away.
Okay. Thanks for having us. My name is Michele Brocious, and I am half of the partnership of the Connect and Learn blogging community. Been actively blogging for 12 plus years. Right now have 4 active blogs and a few more on the way. And I'm glad to be here and help people learn how to make more money.
That is what we like to do. My name is Gina Lincecum from Wise Mom Media. My main blog is Money Wise Moms that I've been doing for, 13 years now. And I've got 2 niche sites on the side as well. And yeah, Michelle and I have a larger Facebook group that's a free group with the community where everybody does our prompts and helps each other out. And then we also have a very small mastermind that we run monthly.
Awesome. So let's dive straight in. So PLR, now PLR, it was like a thing a million years ago, and it's kind of got a resurgence. And I love that because I too have been a content creator for 12 years. I love that we're all the OGs, right? And it was a thing, and then it kind of went away. And now it's really come back because people are kind of like seeing how amazing, even doing like having 80% of the work done for you before you even get started.
Yes. I think it had a resurgence. You're going to tell them the secret, Michelle? The secret we keep telling everybody?
Oh,
that content creators buy content. I think this blows some people's minds sometimes. They see these big bloggers making big money and publishing every single day, and they're like, oh, I can't do that. Well, guess what? Most of those people, I can't say all of those people, but most of those people purchase content. It's not necessarily PLR, but it doesn't mean they're writing everything 100% themselves every single time.
Yeah, having a team is so important. And this is kind of like having a team.
Right. This could be the first step in having a team. Mm-hmm. So in case people don't know, PLR stands for Private Label Rights. Been around for 30 plus years. We started a PLR site because we saw a need for quality PLR content, because you have to be careful of what you buy. Some sites are just PLR bought over and over and over again and copied to other sites. So our PLR is a little different. We try to provide really high quality images. We write our articles at 750 words to start. So like Lindsay said, it gives you at least that 80% to start with, because PLR is an unlimited sale. As many people want to buy it can buy it. So even on recipes, someone else is going to have the same kind of recipe, the same kind of pictures, but you change it up. That's your job when you use pre-bought content, whether it's PLR You can also buy semi-exclusive content where it's only sold to a certain number of people, or you can buy exclusive content that's made just for you. And even if you buy exclusive content, you should be changing it up because it's not you doing the writing.
Absolutely. And so, and that's, so I want to take it back even more. So PLR, the way this works, you guys have articles that you've written 750 words, you've got imagery. And so if I was to purchase it, I'm going to get that article, I'm going to get those images, and I have the rights to publish it on my blog. However, like you said, I should definitely make it mine. And that's number one for Google. We should all have our own content, but also for your audience to make sure that it's your voice and your, what goes along with your branding and
your niche, really.
Right. And I always thought with PLR, I'm like, okay, I want to have an article about this particular theme or this particular topic or solution or whatever it may be. You can buy PLR, and that kind of like helps Google like understand like what you're talking about, and then add in your own like what you're really going for, like affiliate links.
Yes. So our posts don't come with images. The 750, you have to add all your own images. The only thing that comes with the images are recipes and crafts and pet supplies and DIY. But we always tell people there's at least 10 different ways that you can change PLR when you buy it.
Right.
You're changing the title, you're changing the keywords, you're adding affiliate links, you're changing the affiliate descriptions in case you would buy like a listicle that already has like, I'll talk about Hardware World, one of my favorite affiliates. But, so we have a post about 7 ways to unclog your sink. Okay. Hardware World sells all the things, the plungers, the chemicals, the snakes for your, so that's a perfect example of where you could add affiliate links. But you heard me say 7 ways. You could make it 5. You could make it 12. You could make it 15. You have to add and change things. When you put the plunger in there, that's probably on the list, but you're going to change what it says about the plunger. Oh, I like this one with the long handle. It's guaranteed to work, whatever kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well, and I love that too, that you use that as an example, because we talk all the time about how to really have posts that convert. You immediately did a solution. So it is somebody is hopping on Google because they have a clogged sink and they're like, how do I fix this? And here's your article, which is, somebody else took the bulk of it. You spruced it up with all of your additional information, your own links. You created the solution for the people that's Googling the problem. And that's when the magic happens.
Yes, exactly. So that's another secret. You buy listicles. You can buy reviews or write your own review and add those affiliate links, comparison posts. Those are all the ones that usually convert very well for affiliate marketing. Listicles, comparisons, and reviews, because people want to know what you think. They want you to solve their problem, and they want you to give them the solutions.
Absolutely.
So even we have
Can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I know you have some fabulous clients that have grilling, the meat packages and even some of the hardware and that kind of thing. But for example, you could use the PLR as, again, like we said, 80% of your article. So we have something like tips for the novice griller, and that could lead into a side-by-side comparison of 2 types of grills that you personally either own or you're going to do the reviews of. That's not something that we could do, but we could give you the rest of the article. These are things that you need to consider, or these are some tools that you might want to consider. And then you're going to go in, and some people only blog about, pellet grills, and some people only blog about charcoal. And so maybe your niche is slightly different. You're going to sway the article in that way and make it fit.
Love it.
And add more affiliate links, because your meat in your, even if it's not a recipe, you can link to a meat affiliate. You're going to grill that meat. You're going to smoke that meat, that kind of thing. There's so many opportunities to put affiliate links in any kind of post that you write.
Very good. Well, I realize that I have probably derailed us from what we thought was what I was going to be a schedule, but I'm sorry. I get so chatty because I love all this stuff.
You're fine.
Same.
So we were just thinking those three main ways that we write affiliate posts. You know, the A/B comparison is one. That can be kind of a dry article if you think about it. So to have some more narrative that you would put in, maybe it just depends on how you do your blogging, you know, of you going through the different types of those two things. I'm trying to think of what else. You know, we've got some.
Let me give you an example quick of that comparison thing. I thought about this last night. So say you're doing comparison between like a Keurig coffee maker and a pot coffee maker, right?
Right.
So we have an article called How to Clean a Coffee Maker. But you could put in there in the first coffee, right? You could go again to Hardware World and get the cleaning supplies for this. And even though you're comparing these two, you could take a snippet of that PL article. You don't have to use the whole article and put that in there about how easy it is to clean the regular coffee pot compared to the Keurig coffee pot or whatever.
Right.
So that's the magic of the PLR. It's cheap. It's $3 for 750 words, right? And then you can take it in bits and pieces and use it wherever you want to. So Gina, tell them where else they can use PLR besides just the blog post.
I was going to say. Some people do get concerned about duplicate content, so we're always going to tell you to change it up. If we give you a listicle, just move the things around, for goodness sakes. You know, change the words to sound like you and add to it. I mean, if you typically write posts that are 1,000, 1,500, or 2,000 words, we're just getting you, you know, kickstarted with 750. But yeah, one of the best things to do with one of these listicles, or, you know, 7 ways to make your kitchen more inviting, why don't you do an opt-in? Why don't you just take that content, make a cute opt-in, you know, use a Canva template, and then that can be what people get when they sign up for your email. Some affiliates let you put links into, you know, ebooks and that kind of thing. That's another option. You could take multiple articles about cleaning or hardware or any number of things and bundle them into a little booklet. And you didn't have to write it. You know, we did most of it. You're going to put your own title page on there and do some links back to your blog and that kind of thing.
So I love that you brought up email, because that is one of the things that we're going to be training on is how to grow your email list with opt-ins. And I love the idea of using PLR for the opt-in. And not only that, but even for the sequence. So the thing is, it's not just about getting them on the list, but it's keeping them there and giving them stuff that they want to open all the time. And one of the things that I did with a site that I actually ended up selling, because it got very, very big and was acquisitionable, whatever the word is. But I had a phenomenal opt-in. And then I actually, the whole email like sequence was 100 emails long. It was 100 days long, but it walked, but it walked people through the top 100 posts on that site kind of in an order. And I did actually use some purchased content to make sure that I got to that 100, because while I had probably, you know, 80 really great, whatever, but I also used it for social. I used the PLR gave me the ideas because it was all kind of tied in on social media to help kind of drive traffic even to that opt-in.
Yeah. One of the best ways to repurpose your content is whatever you're writing in your social media posts, you can use in your email, you know, newsletter for your subscribers, and vice versa. You know, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel all the time. And that's another good way to use some of this. You know, you could drip out the 5 ways to do such and such over a course of 5 nurture emails that you send somebody when they first sign up to your site, as long as it fits your niche, you know. And again, you do want to put your own voice in there and of course link back to your own content, but it just gives you this big kickstart.
Yeah, and you could buy a PL article and use it as a script for a video. You don't ever have to publish it in print if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, you can buy the recipes and use them as email only recipes. You know, they only get them in the email, or they just get that recipe for the opt-in and you never publish it on your site or anything like that. There's just so many ways to use it to help you save time and make money. That's
I'm like, wow, Instagram Reels, TikToks. I'm like,
exactly. Well, I was
amazing.
thinking too, as a bonus, it doesn't even necessarily have to be for an email subscriber, but let's say you're doing a YouTube video or an Instagram reel because you're doing one of these the Meet, subscription boxes. You could have, when you sign up with my referral link, I'm going to send you this, this ebook with tips on cleaning your grill and some recipes, or whatever you need to do to
Right.
bring people in, as long as you've checked with your affiliate manager that it's okay to use affiliate links in that way. It's always a good reminder to double check the terms. Sometimes when I don't feel like checking the terms, I just shoot Lindsay an email and ask, because she knows off the top of her head. You just want to make sure, there are occasionally affiliates that don't want you to put links directly on social or in, ebooks or messaging or anything like that. So
and that's that is one of the benefits to our managed programs, is we allow you to do email. There's some rules, so don't just go crazy on me. Like, message me and I'll let you know. But to have affiliate links in email.
Oh, good. Okay. Good to know. Awesome. I've certainly purchased ebooks from people in courses where there are plenty of affiliate links to other things, as long as you're disclosing. So you just have a lot of opportunities here. And instead of having to, especially right now in Q4, rack that brain and try to come up with some things, because we are both longtime Apogee fans ourselves, I definitely have to say we've been skewing some of our PLR to work with some of your clients, because we know.
We appreciate that.
We know, because once we realized what a great way that was to do it. It's one thing to have, we really wanted to see some more quality PLR in the lifestyle blogger space, but really, we were thinking about other people who buy PLR, people who run, real estate blogs, or even some of your clients have their own blogs on their website, and they could purchase, these listicles and, again, link to their own products, or we're doing lots of cleaning. We're getting lots of some of these basics are really what people are looking for, these how-tos.
Right. Well, and because they have such a great search volume too, which is huge. So Kara says, in all of my years of blogging, I haven't used PLR. I need to figure out how to use it with a hyperlocal site. Okay, so let's talk about what's the next step. So we've talked about why PLR is amazing. We've talked about how you can use it in ways that I hadn't even thought about until this call, and I'm a huge fan and used it for 12 years. We've talked about how important it is to give your own voice and to put your own information and to make sure you don't just copy and paste. So we love it. So now what's the next step? How do our insiders start using PLR?
Good. So I'm going to answer Kara's question about the hyperlocal. So it just depends on what you're talking about in your hyperlocal. So we have pet PLR. That was something that we saw missing really from the PLR. So maybe you're writing about your local dog parks, right? You could use some of that pet PLR about ways to pick your dog's name, or I can't even remember them all off the top of my head, or how to make your own dog toy. We have one of those, like a dog toy or dog treats. Those could all work into an article that's hyper local about your local dog parks, right?
You'll also see I just dropped our link. We also have a blog on this site as well, where we're putting, like we mentioned, the 10 things we think you should change. And we really do go in and compare what PLR content is versus semi-exclusive and exclusives, in case anyone is familiar with those terms. Again, we're finding people all the time who had no idea that content creators purchased any of this content. So some of those might help if you're really new to this. We really drill down into just so you get it. We do some visual examples and that kind of thing. But we have a friend who runs a hyperlocal blog in Jersey, and I remember her asking about this, and she did have quite a bit of, she was covering like adoption, pet adoption. And so I just sent her off to the pet section, because we have things like, 10 things you need to ask before you adopt a pet, or these are things to, pros and dogs of being a dog owner. So there's no reason you can't use some of this general PLR, and you're just going to add it in with the links and the information for your local area.
Well, and because we know that Google loves those nice long posts. So, I know that Kara's in New Orleans. So, it may also be something that you talk about an attraction as the New Orleans Aquarium. There may be a PLR about all the things that you should take, or, the zoo in New Orleans is incredible, but and there's and it's really open. There's not a lot of trees at the zoo. So, you know, it can also be where you're talking about the zoo or you're talking about the aquarium, and the PLR helps you with the things to take with you or to prepare or whatever.
And one that keeps coming to mind for hyperlocal, this would work for anybody actually, is 10 easy fall cleanup tips. So it talks about indoors and outdoors your home, how you would clean up. So we're of course thinking hardware world and some of your other clients. But again, if you live in Canada versus if you live in New Orleans, you're going to have to add your own information to this article so that it works for your area. Or maybe you're, you know, a frugal blog, and so you might come at it a totally different way, and it would be all DIY, so you don't have to spend the money. And again, with the things you want to change, we called it 10 easy fall cleanup tips. You could turn it into 20. You could add more. You know, you could change the number. First of all, you can change the title. You can just do indoor, just do outdoor. You split it into 2 different articles. You know, there's lots of things. That's another one that I think lends itself to a nice opt-in for this time of year. Some people like to change up their opt-ins seasonally. So there's that idea. But really a lot of the cleaning ones, it's funny, I think the hyperlocal, if you're doing any kind of advertising for local plumbers, you know, house cleaning services, roofers, any of those things, a lot of these articles will work to just give some bulk. So it's not just promoting that little, you know, hyperlocal piece of information that you've got.
Right.
I love that. Well, Crystal is singing your praises. She's somebody that has bought some stuff for you. Hey, Crystal. But I love what she said. She's working on a dog website. So because I know Crystal, this is a relatively new site. So you're helping her get a new site launched. And I know that, you know, those of us that have been blogging since, you know, the dark ages, the idea of launching a new site and literally starting over with like post number 1, it is so overwhelming. Like I have hundreds of posts on my site, and you know, the idea of starting over at post 1, but it does definitely help to think, well, I'm starting with 10 posts that somebody else has helped me write, so I can just add it and get that going. So, and I love the idea of even being a niche site. You know, I have predominantly talked about food. I'm so sick of talking about food. Y'all have been talking about food for 10 years. So I want to do something different. And this was a great opportunity to get you started with something different.
Yeah, exactly.
And you said like PLR is coming back. So even I think on our website, we have a list. There are several great new PLRs that are doing the same thing. High quality images, long posts, those kind of things. So don't be afraid to look around. Ask for recommendations. Ask your friends because they're using it. They might not be telling you that they're using it, but they are.
It's so true.
But that's one of the reasons we're trying to kind of get out there and promote what we're calling this new Renaissance of PLR, because I know, again, from, you know, 13, 14 years ago, when I would think, oh, it's free content, I can use it on my blog. A lot of it, let's be honest, was, you know, written by men, for men, lots of like business stuff, financial stuff, very dry, you know, not the kind of things that most of us are writing. You know, and also I think it wasn't super clear back then that you're supposed to change it up. So if you search for some of those old articles, you're going to find them, you know, 10,000 times on the internet. So we are strongly encouraging you, and I know Lindsay will too, to personalize your PLR. I just dropped a link to the 10 things that you should always change. Just like any content you purchase, it needs to fit your niche. It needs to fit your audience. Think about that. Don't just buy it to buy it. We don't want you to do that, even though it's very inexpensive. You just want to use, we like to call our shop shortcut content for that reason. It's supposed to be a shortcut. It's not the end all final product. You need to put yourself in there.
Yes. And not that the content was bad back then, but like you said, it was kind of dry. It just wasn't like, I wouldn't have put it on my site because I'm like, everybody's going to know I did not write that. That doesn't sound like me.
Right.
That doesn't sound like me on my worst day. Like, you know, so yeah.
And also I think the genres that were constantly out there were it just didn't fit a lot of lifestyle bloggers. Like I would get excited because something was free, but it would be health and wellness. And I didn't talk about health and wellness on my blog, but I was like, oh, I wish there was something for me. That's one of the reasons we really pushed so much pet PLR content out there, because we know so many people are looking for that, and we've had some success with that so far. We would also love to hear from people if there's topics that they're particularly looking for. We are very approachable. We have all of our contact information there on the site too.
Yes, for sure. And we have 2 or 3 pet programs that do so well, remarkably well, you know, and from dog toys to raw dog food to grooming supplies to, you know, yeah, amazing. Well, this has been amazing. I'm like, what new site am I going to start with PLR this week?
Oh no. It's only been like a day, Lindsay. Give yourself a couple days off here.
I know. I haven't even officially sold. For those who don't know, I have sold my 12-year-old baby blog.
So exciting.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna be seeing a whole lot more of me because I'm gonna be all over Apogee now.
We need you. It's Q4.
That's right.
Push us.
I'm gonna actually enjoy Q4 too. I'm not, not going into that. But so is there anything else? And Anna says she knows no days off. I don't even know what that even mean. Anything else? Last wrap it up thing.
So let's just recap real quick.
Yes, please.
PLR is private label rights. Most times it's sold to an unlimited number of people. That's why you have to take control of what you buy, change it, use it. Do not copy and paste it, because people are going to know that's not you talking, and you're going to lose your readership that way. So again, look at that post about 10 things to change and change it in every article. Think about your niche. Look at the articles. Look at the affiliates that you're already using. Look at the other affiliates that you can find from Apogee, because like Lindsay said, she thinks they have like 30 clients now. So the opportunities are there. Think outside the box. A blog about dogs can still talk about cleaning and change an article that's about cleaning to cleaning up after your dog, anything like that. Don't be afraid to give it a try. Don't be afraid to reach out to us. We'd be glad to help you brainstorm through your niche.
I was going to say that if you're watching the replay, feel free to leave some questions. We would love to help match you up with some of our PLR content. I was thinking of some of the flooring articles that we have. That again, if you have a pet blog, you are coming from a totally different angle than someone who is doing a home renovation blog, or somebody who's doing a frugal blog, or family and kids. You've got different kinds of stains depending on what kind of audience you're dealing with there. So
well, and that even leads into, Nido, the robot, bot vacs. Anybody who has a dog or a cat and hardwood floors needs a Nido. Like, there's no question. It just,
And we just posted a PLR this week, how to clean your hardwood floors.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Might have been because we knew we were going to talk to you, Lindsay, but no, really, those, I feel like, I know as a longtime blogger like you, sometimes you forget that the people reading your blog don't necessarily know the basics. Like when we've done food for all these years, and I remember somebody saying, like, what does saute mean? Like, what's it going to look like? And you have to remember, oh yeah, not everybody is at the level that you are. So I think sometimes longtime bloggers don't want to write those sort of basic how-to tutorials about some of these things, how to clean these things, how to fix these things. And so it's kind of nice to just purchase those. And then you don't have to kind of go through that rigmarole, and you can just add the stuff to it. And Michelle, you mentioned not copying and pasting. One of the best ways to do that is don't use it as a blog article. Use it for something else. Break it up into parts. You can use it for social media posts. You can do a video. You can use it in your email newsletters. Make products out of it. You can make some pretty quick digital products with PLR.
The only thing you can't do is resell it as PLR.
That's right.
So. Easy roll. Right. The other thing that you made me think of too is if you have a brand new person that comes in on one article, like going into email and stuff like that, that's their first impression of you. And to give them so much information and so much whatever, and be like, wow, this person knows their stuff, then having the opt-in and whatever. And that was kind of the idea that I used. And again, we'll talk about this on the email sequence, but that was kind of the idea that I used. I'm like, if you just come in on this one and I have a pop-up, so you're obviously searching for this kind of content, And so even if you have a lifestyle blog, if you guys have one of the sections is cleaning up after your pet or keeping your house looking as if it's pet free when it's not, you know, then that can kind of like go into, and you can have that email sequence that shows them all of your best content, because they may come in on this one article. They don't know what you wrote a week ago. That's a brand new person. And so, yeah, given that value and having a reason for them to stick around and come back over and over and over again, because, you know, we don't want people to just visit one time. We don't want you to just read one article and click one link and never see us again. Like, we want that second date. We want you to show back up again. You know, and this is a great way to do that also. So I love this. Well, we've gone over time because, you know me, I get wordy. But ladies, thank you so, so much. This has been amazing. Insiders, again, use PLR to help you get content up. You know, the analysis paralysis of what do I write? How do I write? How do I make this 1,200 words so that Google will love me? Let these ladies take care of that for you. Start with PLR, add in your voice, add in what makes you special, what your audience loves about you, your opinion, all of those things make it you, and then hit publish. And I always say published is better than perfect. You know, perfection is trying to, you know, defeats the whole, it'll stop you in your tracks. So you guys really help us get it to published. And I love that. So thank you again so much. You've dropped the links. I'm going to get this up on our YouTube. If you guys have any questions, you're watching the replay. I know you guys are both in our group, so you can tag and say hi and whatever on YouTube, comments below, and I'll push them over to you guys. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Happy October.
Bye-bye.
Bye.